Hey, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Mad Market Value Show. I am your host, the Mad Dog. And on today's episode, I want to talk about week 9 performers, whether they are buys or sells. I'm going to go over one player from each position and run down what I'm going to be doing with those players. So, first off, I want to start with Joe Flacco of the Cincinnati Bengals. He finishes as a QB2 on the week, and he has reignited a Bengals offense after we thought Jake Browning was just going to nuke everybody and make our season even more miserable. Averaging just over 43 passes a game, he's elevated all of these fantasy weapons and has still shown that he is not scared to throw the ball. Chase is now averaging 25 points per game with him. Higgins has become more involved, scoring as a wide receiver twice in the past 4 weeks, as well as scoring 4 touchdowns. And even Chase Brown has been getting involved in the run game because Flacco is able to throw the ball so much and spread things out. Brown has finished as a top 6 running back twice since Flacco has become a Bengal, while he also set a season high for 108 yards against the Bears. Flacco's price point ranges anywhere from a second to multiple fourths. If I'm in the hunt and my lineup has been decimated by injuries, I am finding that Joe Flacco manager immediately and trying to work out a deal. Moving on to the running back position, he finishes RB3 on the week, and this is Kyle Monangai. He is a sell for me. I think he's still going to have a role when DeAndre Swift comes back, but I don't feel like he's going to get the majority of the carries. Ben Johnson established the run, and he did that with DeAndre Swift. This can kind of be a Temu version of the Thunder and Lightning that we saw with the Detroit Lions, that the NFL is all trying to emulate now, as we know it's a copycat league. Most of my Monangai shares are on rebuilders, so I will be in everybody's DMs moving forward this week, try to get rid of him because I need to keep the tank alive. Like I said, I think that he has a role moving forward, but I need to get rid of those unnecessary points. And I don't really think that he's going to be putting up CMC, JT, some of the top running back numbers week in, week out. He did finish that game with 26 carries and 176 yards. You can consider that a breakout, but it was against a very porous defense in the Cincinnati Bengals. Monangai's value right now, I've seen trades of Monangai for a second, a couple trades where it's Monangai for a first straight up. I am not there. I understand that he was a bell cow in college and there was hype coming out and going to the Bears. He surpassed Roschon Johnson for this backup job, and he has good intangibles, but I just really think that we've jumped the shark on this one. I think if you can go and flip him for a first, that is an absolute smash regardless of your build. Man, looking at my notes here, I have to get away from Bengals and Bears. It seems like they were all weekly top performers just because there was an absolute shootout. And talking about top performers, why don't you join Fast Draft and test your luck drafting against 7 other managers in the Flex 6 frenzy, or taking 6 players who you think are going to produce most on that week? Maybe you go chalk with the top 6 players that you think are going to produce, like we've seen CMC, JT, Jamar Chase. But I'm going to let the Podfather tell you more about this now.
Pour one out for an incredible best ball season. It was a breakout 2025 for Fast Draft, but now the NFL action has started. That means it's DFS season. That's right. You might think, oh, wow, DFS, I can't win DFS. Oh, but you can on Fast Draft. You just pick any 6 guys and you put them in a handful of booster spots. There's no salary rubric you have to follow. You're not going up against thousands of killer bots in these tournaments. Oh, no. These are regular people grabbing their 6 favorite plays of the week, and that's all you have to do. And we post the ownership so that you can choose how much chalk you want. There is no drafting. It's called the Quick 6 Super Slam. The Quick 6 Super Slam is the signature DFS contest at Fast Draft. It is changing DFS. We are making DFS great again. So go to fastdraft.app and use your host promo code for a $50 deposit match, and let's go start drafting faster.
Man, I'm so glad we have these ads because Matt crushes it. I fumble through it trying to explain it to you guys. This is such a fun DFS format. It's something that I just started to get into this year. And if you want to get involved, don't forget to use our code DGEN, that is DEGEN, for your first time $50 $50 deposit match. Onto the wide receiver category. I'm kind of cheating on this one because usually I record Monday nights. Life got in the way. I'm recording on Tuesday after the trade deadline. And this wide receiver is going to be Rashid Shaheed. I absolutely love this fit. He gets reunited with Clint Kubiak, and he's going to have such a smooth transition in my mind. Defenders already can't handle JSN, Torrey Horton, and the tight ends that they have. And Sam Darnold is absolutely dealing. I think this is peak confidence that we have seen from Sam Darnold. And the Seahawks offense just looks like it's unstoppable. He has Shaheed was a big play and a touchdown machine last year with the Saints, but he was still a decent starter this year in deeper leagues if you needed him, or if you needed him to start for you week in, week out. I expect the target share to be a little bit lower than the 25% that he received last year because the Seahawks just have more weapons. We don't really know what's going on with Cooper Kupp, but he is there. They have Arroyo, they have Barner, they obviously have JSN, Horton. The running backs get in on the receiving game. So we're going to see where Shaheed fits in. But I think he is more versatile than just an X receiver running go routes. He lined up in the slot at almost 20% of the time last season. So I really think this is just going to add more fun to that Seahawks offense. These are trades from yesterday, but I don't expect too much fluctuation. And for what I'm seeing, most of the trades are Shaheed for seconds. I'm going to assume that they're later. If you're in need of a depth piece, I'm sending them. I just think that he can be somebody, if you're in a 12-team start 10, start 11, he's going to be just fine to go into your flex piece and provide you with a safe floor. Another trade here is Shaheed for Brian Robinson. I'm going to make that trade. CMC looks like he's back to himself. Brian Robinson's getting a little bit of work, but the production is just there for Shaheed over Brian Robinson. Onto the tight end position, and this is the last player on the video. I talked about this guy with Jake Lewis the other day on the fantasy end zone, and that is Luke Musgrave. The Packers passing game revolves around the tight end position. Unfortunately, they lost Tucker Kraft. So I think Musgrave is going to be able to step in and fill in admirably. While there is tons of target competition in the wide receiver group, I think this is just built for a tight end. I think Musgrave is going to be able to come in, provide you a safe floor. He's probably available in most of your redraft leagues. Still, in Dynasty, you can go and buy him for something cheap. Let's not forget that the injuries derailed Musgrave because I think the majority of us believe that Musgrave was the better prospect coming into the NFL when he was drafted by the Packers. He can provide you a safe floor in the tight end position, and depending on your league premium, he can even fit into those flex spots for you. Some trades for Musgrave is Judy straight up in a 0.75 tight end premium. I will take that. Jalen Coker in a 0.5 tight end premium. Kamani Vidal in a 1 tight end premium. In a full tight end premium, that is a big difference. A couple of third and a fourths for Musgrave. So I think he's worth the risk if you're hurting in the position and you don't want to pay up for one of the top 5 tight ends. Most of the time from tight end 6 to 20, it's touchdown dependent anyway. So I think it's worth the gamble. The cost is low enough. You can go and spend your fab because you don't get to roll it over to next year. And those late round dart throws, we don't know exactly what's going to happen out of them. I hope everybody enjoyed this video today. It was a new style for me. Usually I try to go to more buys and sells on the full market, but I think that just going out off of 1 week plus the trade deadline mixed in here made it for a little bit more fun. You can find more of my work on Profiler News Desk, and I will also be doing the last call for Fantasy Sports Advice Network on Mondays with my guy Hype, where it's just a weekly recap, what to look forward for the next week, who's going to be waiver wire additions. So really looking forward to that. Lots more to come in the future. Thanks, guys.